Is there an award you haven't won that still stings?
Yeah, defensive player of the year.
In sports, we know there are a lot of controversy and mistakes being made, from missed calls to harsh punishments. There are a lot of wrong decisions, and these decisions usually bring out negative feelings from fans. And these negative feelings are even more intense when it comes to players getting personal awards. It's rare for there to be a consensus for any candidate to win any personal award, so a lot of people end up feeling like their favorite players were just robbed of an award. In this video, I'm going to review an award that a lot of people or fans might feel like was robbed, and by the end of this video, we'll come to a consensus on whether or not the award was robbed or deserved. We're gonna review the 2013 DPOY, which was originally given to Marc Gasol, while a lot of people feel as though it should have been given to LeBron James. So we're gonna be looking at some team stats and their personal stats for that season. Then I'm gonna give some of my personal opinions, and by the end of this video, we're gonna make a decision on whether or not the award was robbed or deserved. Looking at what they managed to accomplish on the defensive side of the ball with their team, Marc Gasol ended up leading the Memphis Grizzlies to the second best defensive rating in the league at 100.3 points on the 2012-2013 season, while LeBron managed to lead the Heat to the ninth best defensive rating of 103.7. The Indiana Pacers led the league with the best defensive rating that season at 99.8. Looking at their stats on the defensive side of the ball, so steals, block, and their defensive rebound. For LeBron, he averaged 1.7 steals per game, 0.9 blocks, and 6.8 defensive rebounds per game. Whereas Gasol averaged 1 steal per game, 1.7 block per game, and 5.5 rebounds per game. Now looking at some of their advanced stats, starting with defensive plus minus, which just measures a player's impact on the defensive side compared to an average player. For their defensive plus minus, Marc Gasol ended up with a 3.1, which is the best in the league, while LeBron ended up with a 2.4, which was the fifth best in the league. For defensive win shares, which just estimates how many wins a player contributes to their team throughout just by playing defense, Marc Gasol ended up with a 5.4, which was the second best in the league, while LeBron ended up with a 4.7, which was the 10th best in the league. For individual defensive ratings, which is how many points they allow per 100 possessions, Marc Gasol ended up with 98, which is the sixth best in the league, and LeBron 101, which was 49th best in the league. Gasol, who was a center, obviously faced most of his shots around the rim, whereas LeBron was able to guard 1 through 5 that year. And for the first team all defense, it ended up being Tony Allen, LeBron, Chris Paul, Serge Ibaka, and Tyson Chandler and Joakim Noah tied for the center spot. And Marc Gasol ended up making the second team all defense, which included Mike Conley, Avery Bradley, Paul George, Tim Duncan, and obviously Marc Gasol. For me, the way I look at it is either LeBron was robbed of the award or Marc Gasol was robbed of being in the first team all defense for that year. Gasol obviously has the better stats defensively compared to LeBron, but LeBron having that ability to guard 1 through 5 for that season, and Gasol contesting most of his shots around the rim, and not being a standout defensive player to where he would obviously make the first team all defense, kind of swings me a little bit, because LeBron did make the first team all defense of that season. So it's, yeah, like I said before, it would be either LeBron was robbed of the DPOY for the 2013 season, or Marc Gasol was robbed by not making the first team all defense for that season. But now it's time to make a decision. And in the case of the 2013 DPOY Defensive Player of the Year award, as much as it pains to say, it was not robbed. And I think Marc Gasol definitely deserved the Defensive Player of the Year award. He was the most impactful player on the defensive side of the ball. And I think he was robbed by not being in the first team all defense for that year. But let me know what y'all think. Let me know if y'all agree with this sentiment, or if y'all think the Glorious King did deserve it. If y'all don't agree, let me know down in the comments, and let me know which other award y'all can review to see if it was robbed or fairly given. Make sure you have a good day, and
I'll see you soon.